if you really think about it, if you really look at it from a certain perspective, a certain point of view, demonic beings, demons, evil spirits, whatever, call it what you will. Whatever these things are, whatever they really supposed to be, we can all agree that they do have a secret agenda. Hello everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. I want to pretty much, make this clear. I mentioned this before, as far as dark entities being attacked by them and things like that. I mentioned a lot about who or what they are and what their goal is, what their ideal agenda is. And even though everybody has their own perspective, their own point of view of what they are, they consider them demons that they have to do with Satan and things like that. And of course, I agree with most of the things of what these beings or entities really are, except for the fact that I don't believe that they're demons. Because I don't believe in Satan, I don't believe in demonic entities from the biblical or Bible's point of view. I don't believe in it because of something that I found out in my personal research, and I had an epiphany. I actually had a number of them as the years went by. The more I studied, the more I investigated, the more I figured things out, the more things I found out that was actually profound. They actually had to do with something else. But I do agree with the idea that these, I'm going to call them dark spirits or whatever, or dark entities, whatever, or however you want to call them, or dark forces, I'll call them that. These dark forces are actually have some sort of agenda against humanity. And one of the things that I even had nightmares growing up every now and then, and I had them more when I was in my late 30s and early 40s. And they were very intense. I noticed that one of the things that they actually want, these dark forces, what they actually really want, is for humanity to destroy themselves through hate, prejudice, violence, things like that. And the way they do it is actually kind of very unsettling. knowing there's a lot of people who actually know what I just said about how they want humanity to fight each other. You know, there's racism, there's all this type of bigotry, and there's all this type of senseless violence and wars and stuff like that. And how politicians don't care, and they want to profit off of it, and this and that. All this talk concerning that, and as far as conspiracy theories and things like that. Aside from all those things, aside from all of that, there's energy. You could call them energy vampires or whatever you want to call them. These dark forces actually like to feed off of negative energy. They feed off of it. They're like junkies, just like drug addicts or whatever. They need a fix, and they're just so addicted to it. And it's so easy for them, for these creatures or these whatever, these dark forces to actually obtain it. They could easily get it because of the way humanity is, the way we treat each other most of the time in many parts of the world. And here in the U.S. especially, there's a lot of stupid shit that happens, and they take advantage of it and they make it worse. They're not necessarily the cause of it, but they do play a role in influencing it and making it worse. They do play a role in that. I actually made a video where I didn't get that many views, but I did a video in which I was talking about a dream that I had, this horrific nightmare of these creatures coming out of the movie screen, and they were influencing these people that were already fucked up in the head, and they were making them worse. And I saw the way these creatures looked like, and they were very ugly, and they were very fast and very strong, and they were influencing these group of people inside the movie theater. And then once they disappeared, everybody started fighting over some stupid trivial shit. They were just fighting, and I remember wanting to get out of the movie theater, so I got out of there, and I could just feel the energy vibration of all the negativity. I've seen these creatures before many times growing up, and they're becoming a little bit more frequent here and there throughout the years. Not too often, but every now and then. And I noticed that, like I said before, they feed off of negative energy, and they want to make things worse. Now, I suspect that the more violence, especially when people get killed, because death is a number one thing, a number one problem. You know, murder in any form, whether it's street violence or whether it's war or anything like that. Even if people want to get rid of the bad element, like just say that someone couldn't stand ghetto trash people, and then they actually found a way to eliminate 10,000 of them or 20,000 of them just to make the neighborhood better, just to make the neighborhood safer. Yeah, in that sense it will work. It will work, and it will make the neighborhood safer. But wiping out or killing that many people, if someone had the power to do that, is not necessarily a good thing, because of the fact that all that negativity from all those people are being wiped out, and all you're doing is creating a banquet for these dark forces, and all you're doing is making them stronger. And then there's always going to be more thugs, more punks, and someone will always find a way to make things worse in the long run. That's why I don't really condone the idea of killing somebody. The whole idea, you know, I mean, there should be ethics when it comes to that. I don't really condone even regardless of what these type of people did, whether it's murder, whether it's rape, or whether it's any number of things. Yeah, they need to be put away, and we got to make sure that when they do get put away, they get the type of help that they need with counseling and things like that. But thanks to corruption, there's no work programs, there's no psychiatry for a lot of these people. And as much as I hate, thugs and people that are extremely ghetto and stuff like that, as much as I have this loathing for them because they irritate me and they're big time troublemakers, to wish death upon them doesn't make me any better. It doesn't. But I can understand how I want to be away from them. So it's better just to stay away. But since things are getting worse, I'm just letting everyone know who's watching this video, letting know all the viewers right now, that these dark entities, these dark forces are actually playing a role, a very important role in making things worse. And if people don't acknowledge these creatures, if they don't acknowledge them, things are not going to get better. There is a way to fight them. There is a way to be immune to the negativity. Aside from being positive and trying to stay away from the bad element and try to stay away from trouble. Okay, I understand that, but being immune to it to the point that you're able to adapt, or you're able to how do you say it? You're able to handle a lot of the bullshit that's happening, caused by these creatures, caused by these dark forces. And the more you become desensitized, the more you'll start to realize things here and there about what they really are and what they really want. And then you'll be able to figure out their Achilles heel, which is their weakness, their weak point. And everything has a weak point, a weakness, or whatever you want to call it. Everything has a weakness, good or evil, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, good or evil. Everyone has a weakness. So, in conclusion, what I want to say is, you have to acknowledge these dark forces, these creatures, in order to be able to find out answers of what to do to deal with them. I mean, prayer, saying the Lord's Prayer, relying on the Bible may help to give yourself some psychological and emotional solace, but you're not really taking care of the problem. To take care of the problem is to find out as much as you can about these creatures. Just like an investigator, you have to. Otherwise, you're going to be ignorant or naive about what they really are and what their agenda really is. Questions or comments, you know what to do. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and all that. And to all of you, take care.